All right, today we are going to do the calculations for our 12 days of Christmas costs. So I have pulled up the PNC price index and I am going to pull that tab out so that I can split my screen. And that way I can look at the prices on one side and I can type my costs for the other. So a lot of the costs went up this year. The partridge in a pear tree is now $280.18. So I type 280 decimal point, which is the period, 18, and I hit enter. You can see that I already formatted it so that it would count it as money. So it already puts in that dollar sign automatically for you. So the partridge in a pear tree cost increased significantly. Two turtle doves also increased significantly. It's $600. So I'm going to type 600. And when I hit enter, it puts in my dollar sign, my decimal point, and my 0 cents. The three French hens went up $318.75. The four calling birds stayed the same. So it calculates based on the cost of canaries, like Tweety Bird in the cartoons. So it will cost $599.96 to buy four Tweety Birds. Five golden rings. All right. So the song is actually talking about golden ringed pheasants, a type of bird. All the first seven things are all birds. However, nobody thinks of golden ringed pheasants when they think of the song. They think of actual rings. So, not a diamond ring, but golden rings. If you were to buy five of them, would cost you $1,245. So, when I hit enter, it puts in my dollar sign and my 0 cents. So, that is the huge jump in price this year. Six geese laying went up a little bit. It's going to cost $720 for six geese. Seven swans is always the most expensive. Let's check that one out. Yep, still the most expensive, but it did not raise in price. So $13,124.93. You don't have to type the comma because when you hit enter, it puts in the dollar sign and comma for you. It's just important to put in a decimal point, a period, anytime you have cents on there. All right, now we are going into hiring people to do a job. So when we hire 8 people to milk our cows, that is a minimum wage job. So we only have to pay them for an hour of work at minimum wage. So it's only going to cost us $58 to hire 8 people. 9 ladies dancing. We are hiring 9 ballerinas from the Pittsburgh Ballet. So that is going to cost us $8,308.12 for them to perform for an hour. 10 Lords Leaping, they are hiring those from the Philadelphia Company, and $13,980 to hire them for an hour. So I have no idea why we have to pay the men so much more than the ladies, but that's what we have to do. All right, 11 Pipers Piping. We are hiring 11 musicians to play for an hour, $3,021.40. And for the 12 drummers drumming, you can see these are both the same amount because they're both musicians. It's just here we're hiring 11 and here we're hiring 12. So the 12 drummers drumming is $3,266.93. So that takes care of all of our costs. Now we need to use Google Sheets to do the calculations for us. So since we want the total for the 12th day, we want to add all of these up. When you are typing formulas, you press equal first. This equal sign lets the computer know that we're doing a formula. And it actually predicted our formula for us, for me, because it's guessing that we want to add those, which is correct. If it does not predict it for you, though, it's no big deal. You just type it. So I'm going to type SUM because sum is the answer to an addition problem. I'm going to put a parenthesis, shift 9. The first cell I want is this one. This cell is B4 because the B column and the 4 row, it's where they meet. So I type B4. Then I need a colon. A colon in math represents a range of data. I want it to go all the way to this cell, which is still in column B, but now it's in row 15. So that is B15. I close my parenthesis with a shift 0, and then I hit enter. And that will calculate the cost of the items in the 12 days of Christmas. So it should end up matching on the Christmas price index for that top number. Let's see. $45,523.27. Yes, it matched. Now, I don't want you to just type the number in because I'm going to look and I'm going to see, is your formula in there? Because the reason we do formulas is if something changes, we can make changes. Let's say the 4 calling birds are on sale and it's only going to cost us $400. So let me type that in. Do you see how it automatically changed my value here? That's the power of this. It automatically calculates for any changes we make. So they're not on sale. I'm going to Control Z to Z my mistake so it's back to the right amount. Okay, so now I want to figure out the cost for all verses because when we sing the song, we repeat over and over. You end up saying the partridge in a pear tree 12 different times. You end up saying 2 turtle doves 11 times. You're actually buying 22 turtle doves. You say the 3 French hens verse 10 times. You're actually buying 30 French hens. You're buying 364 gifts. So let's figure out the cost for all the verses. Since we're doing that, we want to multiply the cost and the multiplier. So our formula for that is equals, we could do a couple different formulas. We could do product, because that's the answer to a multiplication problem, parenthesis, B4 range C4 close parenthesis, and that would work. And mine is giving a suggested autofill, which I can accept, but yours might not do that. So I will show you how to do it if it's not giving you prediction. So I'm going to Control Z to zap those. And the way that I would multiply these, again, we always use equal to start a multiplication problem. I would do what they suggested here. B4 times, which is the asterisk shift 8, C4. So B4 asterisk shift 8, C4. Then when I hit enter, it calculates it. Let's pretend it did not give me the autofill, just in case it doesn't do that for you. I want to show you how to put it in the rest. We don't have to type it in every single one. I'm going to go back up to the one I just did, so it's got my formula. And do you see this little blue square here? If I grab that blue square and I drag it down, it will put the formula in. So if I check this one, it says B8 times C8. I check this one, it says B13 times C13. So it's doing my formulas correctly. It's multiplying the cost times the multiplier and giving me a cost for that line item. Now I want to figure out the total cost, so I've got to add up every verse of the song. So I'm going to click in here, start with the equal sign. This is an addition problem, so I'm typing sum, parenthesis. This time I'm doing D4 because this is column D, row 4. So D4, colon, that's shift and the key next to L. I want to go all the way down to this one. So that is D15, D15, close my parenthesis with shift 0. You can see it's got the orange box around it, so it is adding up all of those things. And when I hit enter, it gives me my calculation. So let's check it with the PNC price index again. I think they had that all the way at the bottom. $197,071.09. That is a match. Okay, so again, we're not just going to copy the numbers. We are copying the costs, but we're using formulas for everything else. So I will be clicking on your file to check that you have the correct formulas in each of your formula sections. Okay. When you are done, you can close out of your work tab. That should take you back to Canvas, and you'll press the blue submit or blue resubmit button, depending on if you already submitted once. To turn it into me, you should get a little green check mark that says it's submitted once I have it. Thanks, and I hope you have a great holiday break.